What's up, everyone, and happy Thursday. Welcome to BossFM Evening News with Bryson.
And it's Jessie. Let's get it.
Wake the streets up. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up.
All right, let's get right into the news. So, a 21-year-old fraternity member of LSU, Louisiana State University, has been charged with felonies for hazing another member, a new member, I should say, and hospitalizing him, putting him on life support due to alcohol poisoning. So, the fraternity Phi Kappa Psi, Terry Pat Reynolds II, a 21-year-old, was charged on 1 count of felony hazing and then 12 counts of misdemeanor hazing and 1 count of failure to seek assistance, according to an affiliate for the arrest warrant filed by LSU police. The victim that was put into the hospital had a blood alcohol level of 0.51. And if you guys, the legal law here is 0.08. So that is way above. That boy was, man, he was bad. Reynolds was released on bail on Monday with a total bond of $13,500 in Louisiana. And in Louisiana, a felony hazing comes with at least a potential 5 years sentence in prison.
Rain, flooding, and ravaging winds, Hurricane ETA has left thousands without homes as emergency evacuations are put into place. Nicaragua and Honduras being affected the most. Reporters say they believe this will continue for the next several days. With winds moving at a high of 140 miles per hour on contact, Hurricane ETA has destroyed 5 bridges, 14 roads, and over 300 homes since Wednesday. Luckily, reports that came in, the storm has now been degraded to a tropical storm, approximately moving around 35 miles per hour. Landslide floods and river floods are noted to be catastrophic, but these are disasters that Central America are going through right now, and they are set to face for the next few days. But at least 1 death was reported in a storm that left 2,000 people urged to up and evacuate all their homes.
In New Jersey, more than 2,200 eligible inmates under the nation's first public health crisis sentencing law has been released. The law, which was passed by state legislature in September, allows for sentencing credit to be rewarded to inmates within a year of completing their sentence. During this pandemic, public health crisis like COVID allows them to get credit up to their sentencings for what they have served. So another 1,167 people will be released on a rolling basis between November 4th, so as of yesterday, all the way to March 4th, 2021, so of next year. So basically, this law allows inmates of lesser crimes, so those of serious high-risk crimes such as murder, aggravated sexual assault, or have been deemed a repeated and compulsive sexual offender are not eligible for release. Only those of lesser crimes are eligible, and it has been a recurrent occurrence going with inmates being released back and forth right now. Currently, this pandemic, it has hit at least 52 inmates' death in New Jersey correctional facilities. So that was just in the beginning of the pandemic where the 52 inmates' death occurring in New Jersey. Currently, right now, its state correctional facilities have reported that COVID-19 had totaled more than 3,000 inmates and over 1,000 correctional employees.
Well, the Pennsylvania governor, Tom Wolf, hit the stage yesterday evening to share his thoughts on some things, saying that later in the evening that Trump campaign filed a lawsuit pushing the order to stop counting votes, meaning not counting the rest of the mail-in ballots. Governor Wolf says, specifically highlighting that the president is simply wrong as our democracy is being tested. Governor Wolf also stated that this is a test based upon the principle in which the country was made on, as it takes away the voice of the people and their rights to choose our leader. Wolf went on to say the people should be able to do their jobs without fear or intimidation, and that these attempts to prevent that, alongside silencing the people, are just disgraceful. Lastly, Tom Wolf, the governor of Pennsylvania, said, "We will have no fear and we will have a free and fair count, as every voice matters and every voice counts."
Okay, so a town hall in North Carolina may lose its polling site after flying a flag of it saying Black Lives Matter. The town hall of Caboro, located just outside the Chapel Hill, was ordered by the North Carolina State Board of Elections to remove several Black Lives Matter flags that were hanging outside. Following complaints from voters, a statement released Monday by the board. Caboro, however, refused to comply, according to the board, and though it's too late already because votes have already been casted, they have Now, 30 days of notice to be affected, the board said, before it will no longer be allowed to have its place for voting polls. Mayor Lydia Lavelle released a statement yesterday, Wednesday, defending the flag, saying that it is an expression of our community's acknowledgement and an opposition to systematic and institutional racism. How ironic that here in the South, with our legacy of disenfranchisement of Black people and ongoing efforts to deter Black people from voting, there is an argument that the words Black Lives Matter cause voters intimidation, she wrote in the statement. She then continues to say we can simultaneously consider the concerns of any voters who may feel offended by these words, while also recognizing that the complaints of voter intimidation are disingenuous, which is actually pretty true, because Black Lives Matter is just a statement. It does not intimidate anybody to refer to whose side of the political party that you should vote for. It does not endorse any candidates, nor does it have any political say. It is what it is, man.
All right, guys, you know what today is. It's Extravagant Thursday. So on Extravagant Thursday, this is where we tell you our favorite luxurious spots that we have traveled to or is on our bucket list to travel to. The place that I find extravagant and I would like to travel to just for a few days is none other than Switzerland. Switzerland mountains and the lakes, to be more specific. I find the scenery to be fascinating and peaceful. For instance, like Lake Bachata, it's gorgeous, and while I'm enjoying the view, I love to chow down on some of their famous dishes like the potato fritters and some of their fondue.
All right, guys, that is it for your Thursday evening news. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for more news and updates. And do not forget to tune in tomorrow for our morning show at 10:30 a.m. for entertainment news with Boss FM.
If you would like to rewatch our shows, as always, they will be available for replay on our BossFM app and on all our social media platforms. Thanks again for tuning in. It's Bryson.
And it's Jesse. Hope you guys have a good evening.